Hey cuties, PeachY here, welcome back to a new video, and in this video we're going to be talking about our first look reveal here at the new upcoming L.O.L surprise plush surprise new bag charm series here that is basically like Bratzies and Labubu, but now it's L.O.L surprise. MJ really is going all in into the blind box bag charm trend. I don't know, to me it's becoming a bit much, but there's a lot to talk about here, so stay tuned, like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, consider becoming a channel member today. Link to join is down below if you're able to, of course, no pressure, and so you do not miss out when I post more content like this coming your way and keeping you up to date with all the doll tea you love. But for now, let's get into it. Now, we first heard of this happening when the CEO and founder himself of O.M.G, Isaac Larian, shared this picture to his LinkedIn profile, I believe, basically stating that Move Over Bratzies L.O.L surprise is now moving into the bag charm blind box territory. And in just a couple days recently here, the L.O.L surprise official account on Instagram actually shared a kind of teaser of the packaging as well. And now, just yesterday, we got the full-on stock photos that got revealed. Now we know for sure that these will be costing around $19 US. Officially, I guess they would be released soon in the next couple months. Otherwise, I don't think we would already have these stock photos so soon. But there seem to be 6 characters in total. They do have names, but I don't know which is which, so I'm sorry about that. I'm not going to be able to clearly tell you who's who, but these are essentially going to be like the new kind of Bratzies, but for L.O.L surprise. And remember I mentioned a L.O.L surprise rebrand rumor that was supposed to happen a couple videos ago. Well, perhaps this new bag charm line has something to do with this supposed quote rebrand that might be happening with L.O.L surprise in this year, but I guess we'll talk about that later. For now, we got a lot to talk about with these 6 new gremlins uncanny valley looking mini dolls, so let's get into each individually. Okay, so firstly we got this girl here. She seems to be kind of like a sporty type. She's got like a Letterman looking jacket on, and they each look like they're in like a furry costume, like animal themed costume. I'm not sure what the animal theme is here. Perhaps a koala, a mouse. I mean, look at those ears, they're pretty round. So I'm not really sure, but she's cute. I like the peachy kind of color here. The side glance, the expressions is something you'll see here with 6 characters, with all 6 characters, is that they really look expressive. Like, I do like the expressiveness of these characters. I just kind of wish that perhaps they could have done this on the O.M.G dolls. Like, just imagine O.M.G dolls with this level of expression and sassiness, and the unique hand posing with the peace signs and etc. Like, you'll see. I feel like that would have been amazing, and maybe that will be coming as well soon. We don't know, of course, but I just feel like they're wasting a lot of creative potential here on these, kind of bag charm, little plushies, when they could be using it on actual O.M.G dolls where more people would buy them probably. But anyway, that's neither here nor there, because at the same time, these are also just something completely different. These are bag charm blind boxes, which is just a different ballpark entirely. A lot of people love Labubus and Bratzies, so I do think the same audience will probably react very positively to these new L.O.L surprise versions as well. By the way, I do like how each character has their own little piece of clothing, which is actual fabric, which that is definitely unique. I don't think Labubus even have clothing included. You can buy it separately, but Labubus come, they don't have anything. They don't have accessories. So these charms will definitely be unique in that sense, where you're getting a figure, a plush, accessories included as well for basically $20. Okay, then we've got this character in teal and pink, and the ears are also kind of large, so I'm thinking perhaps like a rabbit, or perhaps, no, because the ears would be longer, perhaps like a, I don't know, like a dog type of character. again, really not sure. You're gonna have to let me know who you think these little dolls are dressed up as, because it's kind of vague, to be honest. This one reminds me of like a gremlin because the ears are so big. But I like the bangs, I like the makeup, the gold eyeshadow. She's holding a little like selfie stick. She's filming herself. Adorable. I love the peace sign. Like I meant, like, you know, again, I love how expressive these characters are. It's just, I wish that we could have this level of expressiveness and the sassiness on the faces on O.M.G dolls, because those are fashion dolls and these are just bag charms. So it's like, it's a wasted opportunity, you know what I mean? But yeah, the outfit is cute. It's like very preppy. You know, granted, these fashion pieces are not the most high quality. They are kind of, you know, lackluster, but I mean, again, they include like a fashion piece, which is like, I mean, like that's a nice thing. That's a nice thing to include, because I do think a lot of people who collect Labubu, they usually end up buying separate outfits to dress them up in. So it's actually genius that MJ was like, hey, you know, they took notice of that, and then here with this take on Labubu's, you know, L.O.L surprise versions of Labubu's, they actually include outfits already. So it's like, you're getting more. So it's very, you know, MGA is very clever here. They've clearly done their research on, you know, what demographic they're trying to attract the attention of. So yeah, very clever indeed. Even the packaging is very similar. So I think, yeah, she's cute. She's cute, very sassy. I think the little phone is adorable. Then we've got this girl here, and she's dressed as kind of like a unicorn animal. She's even got little like flowers, a flower crown. Her fur is kind of like, it's got this gradient of different pastel shades, like, you know, blue, purple, pink. It's very gorgeous, honestly. The makeup, very cute. I mean, while I love the expressions, but really they all share the exact same expression. To be fair, they're all looking to one side and they all have the same kind of like pouty lip, which again, it's cute. I said it's cute, but thinking about it, it is basically the same amongst all six. So in that sense, it would have been nice to see some different expressions. But even so, again, I still you know, keep to my opinion that I think these expressions on O.M.G dolls, like that scale, would have been amazing. Anyway, she's really cute. I like the denim looking jacket, obviously not real denim, but you know, we've got accessories. I think she has cute shoes on. Also the shoes, I'm not sure if they are removable or if they are indeed molded onto the feet, because maybe MJ kind of like realizes that if people actually use these figures as back charms and not as display figures, then those shoes will be coming off very quickly. They will get lost because, you know, if people actually put these figures on their bags and, you know, actually go around walking and stuff and bump into stuff, these accessories will be coming off very quickly because they're small accessories, so like, of course. So maybe the shoes are molded on, I'm not sure, but yeah, she's cute. She's got like a really interesting again, fur with the gradient pastels, very gorgeous. Okay, then we've got this girl. She seems to be like a beauty pageant queen. She's got earrings on, this tiara, little robe, and even like this little ribbon that she can twirl around. Her shoes are like ballerina, like ballet slippers. So yeah, she's kind of like a mixture of performance attire, you know, like the robe, the ribbon, the tiara. She's kind of missing like a ribbon, you know, like a sash, you know, beauty pageant sash. And yeah, the ballet slippers. Is she a ballerina or again like a beauty pageant performer? I'm not sure, but she's cute. I like the color theming for her. I like it a lot. She's adorable. Again, what animal is she themed after? She's got the same kind of round ears. So again, maybe, oh, a koala bear could be, that could be cute, but most likely probably just a mouse, perhaps. Again, I'm not really sure if these are even based on real animals or if they just gave them random ears that looked adorable, because the ears are kind of big and really cute. But yeah, she's probably one of my favorites just because of her, I don't know, beauty pageant-esque looking, you know, like her aesthetic here. It's kind of like, you know, beauty pageant queen, right? So it's kind of like cute, right? And then we've got this girl, and I believe we have the most stock photos of this one. So yeah, she's gotten a lot more love even just with that. She is the bunny girl, pink. I think she's going to be a lot of people's favorite. She's even got freckles. The freckles are adorable. I do wonder, again, with these accessories like the sunglasses, the bows on the heads, like even the things that they can hold with these figures, like will they actually be able to hold these things nicely, like, or will they just come flying off like once you put, I worry about the actual, you know, like logistics of like how this actually works if you put these on your bag, like, because I cannot imagine that the accessories will just stay on the figure. They must fall off, like surely they will fall off, right? Unless they just stay on really well. But like I'm not really sure, but like some of these earrings look like they plug in, which is good, I guess, but like this bow and these sunglasses, like how are they staying on? So I'm just kind of thinking about like some, you know, semantics about like this design and like the functionality of it, I guess, and like how you're supposed to actually put the accessories on, if they will stay on, you know, because the whole purpose of these is that you're supposed to use them as bag charms, you know, that's how they market them. So I'm just worrying about how that actually would, you know, like how long would it last until you lose the accessories? But I think the figure is cute. She's got like a sweater on and a little balloon. I feel like with some of these, the theming of the clothing is a bit random, but I like her. She's pink, so definitely, you know, like she's cute. And lastly, we have this girl, and she's like a rocker kind of aesthetic. She even has a microphone, some sunglasses with chains on the top of the lens. Her bow has like some silver chains as well. She is one of the ones who has earrings as well. Hers are like hoop inspired and they are silver. And her jacket is like kind of like a pleather rock jacket. It's got like a lot of details printed on. So yeah, her boots are like purple, like spiky looking details right there. And once again, she has these really pointy ears, but I feel like her animal theme might be like a cat. So, cause I can kind of spot some whiskers at the very top of her head. So maybe that's a cat animal theme right there. Not sure, but yeah, she's really cute. Definitely one of the better ones, I think, for me. Like she has a clear theme. You know, the last one has like a bunny theme, very cutesy, very, you know, so I think some of these are more clear cut and better executed in their themes, and some others are kind of more like a mix of like different things and doesn't work out as well. But I think this one is probably also going to be very, I don't know, popular perhaps. But that really does it for all 6 here. I think overall there's definitely better ones and weaker ones. The bunny, the rocker chick, the pageant girl is kind of cute. The unicorn is good. But then the other two are not as strong in my opinion, like the preppy one and then the sporty looking. I think some of these are better than others. But yeah, who's your favorite? I want to know what you think. Remember that these are $19 US, and officially I do think they should be releasing by the end of April, you know, judging by the L.O.L Surprise official account themselves teasing the packaging here just a couple days ago. So I do think officially they will be revealed and then they will be announced and released by the end of April, probably, if not May. So these are coming very soon, very likely. These will be a wide release. I don't think these will be in any way, shape, or form a limited availability. These should be much easier to purchase than with Bratzies, for instance, because this is L.O.L Surprise. So I don't think there's going to be quite the same, you know, like popularity, you know, all respect to L.O.L Surprise, but you know, Bratz and L.O.L Surprise are different brands, and with Bratzies, I feel like people were more into Bratzies. With these new plushies, I do think some people seem to like them, but I think overall the majority of people seem to be kind of mixed or not really into them. So yeah, I'm not sure how the reception's gonna go for these dolls, how well they're gonna sell. But I do have to give them props because at least you do know who you're getting. These are kind of blind box, but they're not really blind box because again, you can tell who you're getting by the ears at the very top. So as long as you know what they look like, which, you know, now you know what they look like, you will be able to tell by the ears who you're getting. So I do think that's a plus for sure, especially if you're looking just to get one and that's it. So I think these are cute for what they are. I really hope that they do use these expressions and unique hand poses for future LOL Surprise O.M.G dolls. Like, I really would love to see them do more with O.M.G dolls. They deserve more creativity, more designs, more expressions. So I hope that happens, but I think these are fine. Will they serve as competition for Bradsies? Yes, perhaps, because again, they have clothing, they have accessories. I do think in some spaces in some areas, they seem to be a bit better than Bradsies, but again, I mean, only time will tell. Will you be getting any of these? And do you prefer these over Bradsies or Labubus? Do you even collect any of these bag charm plushies? Or are you kind of not collecting them like me? I want to know what you think, because these are, yeah, I'm very fascinated by MJ's continued support and pursuits in pushing out more and more of these bag charm plushie blind boxes, because it's, yeah, Bradsies, L.O.L Surprise, like, what's next? Rainbow High plushies? Like, it doesn't seem so impossible, you know? By the way, sorry if I sounded weird. My nose hates me, you know, pollen, allergies, dust, etc. It's just really bad. But anyway, I want to know what you think about these new plushies, and that's the video. I hope you all enjoyed, and let me know what you think down below. Leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, hype this video, cuties. Consider becoming a channel member today. Link to join is down below. If you're able to, of course, no pressure to support that channel that way. And thanks to all my currently subscribed channel members. I see you, I appreciate you, thank you so much for being here. And of course, so you do not miss out when I post more content like this coming your way and keeping you up to date with all the dollty you love. Stay safe, be kind. I hope this next time stay peachy. Kisses.